think being in love is wonderful? Does anybody out there feel me? Yeah. All right, if you think that being in love is wonderful, I want you to say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, now, oh, I thought that was this. All right, okay. Somebody really likes it. I really love it. And I have never been more in love than I was my first year of marriage. It was a special time. It was a time when every action was just like fraught with meaning. For example, look, if I were to bake something, it wasn't good enough to just bake it. It had to be heart-shaped. Heart-shaped cookies, heart-shaped muffins. I cut a steak into a heart shape. And my husband, and I loved calling him my husband, my husband would never dream of buying me just one flower. He would always buy me 3 or multiples of 3 because we had planned on having 3 children, so it had meaning. And neither of us would dream of leaving the room or getting off the phone with each other without playing the I love you more game. You know that game, right? I love you 100 times more than you can imagine. I love you 1,000 times more than you can even think. It was so disgusting. But I have to say, I loved that game. And so 11 months after we married, you can imagine how important Valentine's Day was. And I was up to the challenge. No challenge was too great for me. And that day, right before he got home, I prepared myself, took a nice bubble bath, and I doused myself with Poème by Lancôme because that was his favorite fragrance. And I lit 33 candles and 3 Nubian night, incense cones. Nubian Nights because he's African. And I turned on the Tariq Hassan Greatest Belly Dance Hit CD. Because belly dancing is sexy. And I had been taking belly dance classes secretly just in preparation for this day. And when my husband walked into our home and came up the stairs and went to our bedroom, opened the door, I was there waiting for him in my birthday suit and a burqa. That's right, ma. Assalamu alaikum. Head to toe black, nothing showing but my eyes. And my eyes were heavily made up with these lashes that when I blinked, it made me look like a baby cow. It's just like, shling, shling. It's beautiful. And when his eyes registered that he understood that he was not to be the victim of some ultra-conservative, Muslim, feminist, terrorist attack, I started to dance for him. And slowly I gyrated up to him. I did a little hip roll here, some shimmy there, and a couple of hip thrusts, just so that there was no doubt in what was going to happen. And when the music crescendoed, so did I, and I launched into this well-timed sequence of twirls around our bedroom, and I looked like a beautiful black whirling dervish. And I felt red hot sexy because I had never seen him look at me like this. In fact, I had never seen a man look at a woman this way. And so after the crescendo, I shimmied up to him. I was like, hey. And his face was just poetry. It was a look of pure passion. And he opened his mouth to say something, but all he could manage was, honey. And I said, I know, baby. Am I making you hot? And he was like, you on fire. On fire. And he looked at me with a look that I did recognize. It was a look that said, it's on, I'm finna tear that tail up. But I was not ready to relinquish my power, so I was like, not yet, nigga, not yet, nigga, not yet. Not yet, hold on. And in my own passion-induced frenzy, I took off in another twirling sequence, and I was like, and he chased me. That man chased me. And it was so hot that I screamed with the thrill of it all, and I was like, woo, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, woo, woo. And he tackled me mid-woo from behind, got me on the ground, fire. He's on top of me and he's screaming, honey, you on fire, you on fire. And I said, I know, hurry, baby. Use your hose. Use your hose to extinguish the fire. And from somewhere, he gets a blanket and he puts it over my head and he's on top of me and he's patting me down hard like I'm Rodney King or he's Mark Furman. And I'm thinking, it's a new fantasy and I'm going with him. I don't know, Copper, I think you need to tie me up. You'll never take me alive. And he's patting me still. And I realized that even after I said, book him, Dano, he's still tackling me and he's still patting me. And I'm thinking, he still has not tried to do me yet. Oh, shit, he's not trying to do me, he's trying to extinguish me. And I freaked out and I was like, I'm on fire, put it out, put it out. And I tried to roll, stop, drop, and roll. I was already down there. But he was on top of me and he's wiry, but he's heavy. And so I couldn't throw him off. I just racked from side to side. And we went at it like that for some time. I have no idea. Finally, he gets off of me and I'm able to crawl from under the blanket and I take my headdress off and I'm scared because I'm like, oh my God, I must be burned. And I look and I am thankfully unburned. But the burqa? Gone on the right side, just completely disintegrated. And I look up and the room is full of smoke and there are burned burqa bits flying all around. And my husband is stomping around the room, blowing out candles, murmuring, burn the damn house down. And I look up and I'm okay until I see our wall, which we had just painted our bedroom 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks before that, and our wall is now singed and scorched. And I lost it, and I just started to cry out of the sheer humiliation, and frankly, out of exhaustion. Because burqas, I don't care what they tell you, burqas are hot, and burning burqas, that shit is hot. So I'm exhausted and humiliated. I'm crying and look down. And my husband stands in front of me and he says, honey. Shit. And I prepare myself for the inevitable lecture on the appropriate use of votive candles in an enclosed space. I say, yeah, and I look up and there's my husband with this huge grin on his face. And he says, honey, I'm on fire. Woo! 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 And he falls down on the floor next to me and we roll around for a little while, this time in hysterics. And that was the best Valentine's Day ever. Hello, my name is Tabbie Mann and I am a social worker in the DC area. I started with Speakeasy maybe about 2 years ago on a dare that I made with myself because I saw a stand-up and Speakeasy crowd was just so open and welcoming and I thought I could do that and I challenged myself. By the end of the summer I was going to get up and tell a story and in August that year I did. I waited until the last possible minute and it was amazing and I haven't stopped ever since. So if you get a chance, you should definitely either come out and support or even better, tell a story.